Live. Okay, we're live. Hear me? We're live. Okay. Hi, everybody. Just line that up. Hi, it's John Wanoa here in Hamilton. Just went back today on what we did in the Native Court hearing last night, and Harvey Joseph Kenemato, chief of Kanata, Canada, couldn't make it. He had bad signal and preparing for their big meeting today of all the tribes. And so we'll catch up with him again. But I'm just going to set up this week's hearing on Saturday, 27th, for what's 20% of the gold in the world is here with this guy, George Wanoa. So I'll just get a bit of a article on it here on this video, and we will be bringing that up in the court hearing. So that's our next subject. If all the prized possessions, all the stolen land, stolen gold, and stolen children, and all of that under the Queen Victoria Trust account and the Queen Elizabeth Trust account that we are claiming by the Confederation of Chiefs and this Native Magistrate King's Bench Court in Helensville, to the Manukau family, Paramount Chief Manukau, Te Waikato Wharehere Manukau of Punga Punga Hapu in Arapuni, Cambridge, in Waikato districts. So we're claiming all the wealth, including that 20% of the gold that this guy, I don't know him, I don't know who he is, George Wanoa, that's a Watson. His surname is Pākehā. The Maori is still tampering with this Confederation of Chiefs contract with the Freemasons and Mohi Te Mati Manukau, Paramount Chief, Freemason. So I've taken his Freemason title to everything that the Manukau bloodlines, male line bloodlines, put together with King George IV and King William IV. So I've wrapped them up in this court hearing, and I'll get in touch with David Strait, because I'm just going to put his clip on in a minute of him talking about me holding the key. So now I'm coming out with it and see who's going to say anything in this court about all the wealth that's stolen, including all that gold. So I'm going to put a pound note right over it on the next court hearing over that gold and start cashing it against the security interests of that gold, that whoever's putting it out there from the United Nations or whoever's dishing it out is not the right claimants. They are not the claimants. We are the trustees and the beneficiaries. Still, the beneficiaries of that trust, not Maori. It's not Maori and Queen Victoria that put these together. That flag we have is still flying on that cross run as a contract, a commercial contract with King William IV. Still there. It ties King William IV to King William George IV, the brother, with whatever he's got, and that's where that gold's coming out of, King George, and King George III, the father of King George IV and King William IV. So it's tied into those king emperors, and this is what this guy George Wanoa, Watson, Pākehā, surname, and a Maori, has to come up and show this guy David Strait. Where does he get his authority from to claim 20% of the world's gold? So that's what I want to find out, because he's taking the title of the Manukau's, and all these Tainuis are taking the title of the Manukau's and the Waikato name, but can't talk about it because no one's ever did the history, the traditional history. They only use contemporary history that's been made up by Pākehās, and they own that word Maori. So that's where it's all gone wrong. I see in their chiefs, the 13 chiefs, that's signed with King William IV, it's got Maori 1831. There, that's a problem they have in this King's Bench Court. Where did the Maori name come from? That's in the next court hearing, to identify who is Maori and who is Moai. The memorial stone statue in East Island, that's me, Moai, and the Wanoa people from there as God's title. Now, where's your title to authority to God? Where is it? Is it the church that's gone and screwed everybody in the world with the Bible and the gun, with Queen Victoria and Queen Elizabeth? Or is it the kings that didn't do that? They didn't touch any of the memorials, the obelisks, the pyramid, to make money symbols on their pound, on their US dollar, and used a fake pound note with a 1 bar to fool everybody. And we got this court case against the fraud there, the fiat money fraud scam, and the bank scam, and all the scam, and even this scam with that 20% gold. It's all scam. That's what I'm saying in the video. We go back to find who is a real native surname, just like the kings have got a surname, and bloodline Protestant, not Catholic, Protestant. The Queen is Catholic. She's abandoned the throne. So there, we just go straight back into the throne and claim the crown and the trust funds of the Queen Victoria Trust. That all wealth came out of the Admiralty. Without that, you wouldn't have anything. So there, this video is just to switch on this clip that's on, I put it on Facebook on the 4th of July when it came out. So now I'm going to pick up on that and chase after all the stolen land, all the stolen gold, the wealth, the prized possessions, the children, the everything that they've stolen with these Maoris. It's the Maori that's being put there by the Crown in New Zealand. This Crown, not the Crown in Britain, not that one. So they're going to deal with this little Crown here. We're dealing with the big Crown over there in England. So there, you can't go there. Your sovereignty's snapped off. It's snapped off. The Queen and you guys snapped it off. You haven't ceded sovereignty to the Crown. So that's the end of it. You're still flying the flag of the King and cut your sovereignty off. So you got no connection. None of you got any connection legally in real estate to the Crown wealth. You can't do it. That's what I was telling this guy, David Strait, when I get a hold of him next week and tell him the right story, because he's saying, I got the key. I certainly have got the key to this whole place and the world with the Moai and this Manukau title here to all the native lands in the world. So there, unless you got that, George Waitangi, unless you got your name put out so everybody can see where the hell it comes from and what tupuna you're claiming to their gold, that's what I want to see in this court. If you haven't got it, you haven't got it. You never had it. It's just illusions and myths, whakapapa, that you're going on. That's the whole thing. Is like that. The Tainui whakapapa is all up the buggery with the Kāwhuru title and the Manukau title, and the Kaipara and Northland whakapapa is all up the buggery with the Kāwhuru in the Kaipara. It's all back to front. So now I'm going to put this clip on so you can have a listen. I'll record it because I'm going to have a meeting with Blair in a minute, the Ingram, one of the jurors, but Hoani Mason couldn't make it. So I'll just turn it on and listen to it.
The one issue, okay, is you've got this small group of people, and it's real small. It's like less than a couple of handfuls, right? Who are really 100% believe in King Wanoa, John Wanoa, and we need to just let them believe in him. Okay, so don't say anything against him or anything. Just let them believe in him. let them keep doing what they're doing because they're doing really, really good things.
Okay.
Once we get King George Tatari's the money and everything situated, New Zealand is going to be a very strong, solid nation because a huge percentage of the entire gold on deposit worldwide is King George is the descendant of. Okay, it'll be approximately 20% of the entire world gold. So now you have the royal families of China ran by the old man, which is part of the Khan family. Genghis Khan, remember Genghis Khan history? Okay, the descendants there is the old man, and he owns 20% of the world bank. Now you got King George Wanoa. Once we get his stuff situated, he will own 20% of the world bank. That's 40% between two people.
Right.
And both of them are righteous men. So you know how that's going to change the world?
Yes.
It's going to pull the power away from the Rothschilds and
Yep.
all the other people involved. It's just going to pull the power. It's going to be a whole shift in the power structure of the world.
Okay.
So this is why I got involved with it, is because I think it's literally world changing. Now, if we can get Sanusi, which is a direct descendant of Muhammad, in the Islamic world, if we can get him known to Islam, he wants to bring peace between all religions of the world. Now that eliminates all those bad imams who are causing all the terroristic trouble. If they're following the Sanusi, then governments can't use Islam as a weapon and an excuse. Then that brings peace to the world.
Right.
Now you got Trump doing what he's doing on our front. The whole world changes between three people. Three people. I'm serious. That's how important this whole thing is. That's why I've been so involved in it.
Well, isn't this weird, though, to you that I'm getting this from her?
Well, things happen.
Yeah, but
You're part of the team.
I know, but it's like weird.
Well, it is, but I'm glad you ran it by me because I can tell you the dynamics of it.
Yep.
So that you don't tell her something you shouldn't.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know enough.
So I would just gather the info and let's use that for good. Let them continue to think, oh, John Wanoa is just the key when he's just
You know what? She sent me 3 audios. Do you want to hear them since I've talked to you?
So there you are. There you are. Hang on, I'll just turn this recording off. I'm going to a meeting shortly. Okay, that's off. Save. There. David, straight. So I've seen him before. I've watched his videos, but this time I'll get in touch with him this week and sort it out. I'll sort this claimant business out and who has authority to claim anything for this country, not Maoris. The Maoris can't do it because they're snapped off. I'll tell you that right now, legally, in real estate and in banks, because I've been a bank broker and all of that sort of thing, to know that you can't just jump in at the whim and claim something. He's gone in and claimed it for Maori, because that's what's on all their documents, is the word Maori at 1831. There was no Maoris. That's caught them. It's caught them in that 13 chiefs up north with Maori word with 1831 on the documents. And so everything that's got Maori in is suspect. it's really set up by the Pākehās, the cheeky Pākehās in Wellington, not England, in Wellington, in the Parliament, that's running their corporate private business that we're going to dissolve and foreclose and bankrupt the whole bloody lot of them because they haven't got any titles from Britain. It's all changed, all this whakapapa and everything is changed. And we're going to do the punga punga hapu, that's the Manukau chiefs, that with the old names, all the old names like Ututonga, Ututonga, Taute, Parapara. Parapara is a real old name, and Uataha, Uataha, that's our tupuna, Uataha. Those names, you see the sounding names, they're really old, and that's what I go on. I go on what the old people told me, so that's why I'm telling you a real true story about who's who, not the cart before the horse. Watane is a cart before the horse, and it's going around the wrong way. And that's how they do it with the Queen's Crown Bench. They're ready to dish all this money out in gold. Right now, they're waiting for Jacinda Ardern and this other pirate from Australia, Willie Jackson. That's the convicts that they sent here. They're the ones running Parliament over here. All the convicts are running Parliament. So we're going to dissolve him going to the UN to take this flag, the Confederation's flag, the Freemasons' flag in Helensville. So that's where they put it together from Okiato up in Waitangi, in Bay of Islands. They brought it to Helensville with the bank. That's where the bank made the money out of the court. So that's what I'm going on, the bank, the court, and the memorial to the land. Where's your memorial? Nothing. There ain't no memorials. There's only carvings. That's no good for real estate. You need something better than that. The government here has got that obelisk at Te Tii Marae, that one with 1840 on it. That's all bullshit. The whole damn thing's a fraud. The whole thing, that's a scam. All their memorials are scam, except the Freemasons ones all over the place because they got land title survey. They're the surveyors to put these certificates together to make money in the bank court. So there, I'm acting as a prosecutor and judge in a bank court from Britain, not New Zealand, Britain. So there, that's just telling you, this guy here, David Strait, from the Secret Service, is letting out little bits of whispers, and so I'm going to turn it into a megaphone for everybody to hear, because that's what I did with the Freemasons. Told whole bloody world, you're not supposed to know any of these things that I'm saying in this history as a historian of the real traditional whakapapa that you've never seen before. That's why nobody can claim it. And we're going to see what the British are going to do, and the United Nations and the World Bank is going to do when they find out the World Bank came from Helensville. That's where it came from. Not the Reserve Bank, not the Akaroa Bank in the South Island. That didn't come from there. It came from here. See? So, and then from Waitangi. So all the business is in the court in Helensville, and all the fighting's up there at Waitangi. All the muskets and all that sort of talk. That's why they can't get the thing off the ground. I've been doing it. I've been with the Maori Party, Maori government, and I've been with the incorporations, and I never got my papers back from the incorporations. They just didn't want me there. So they really didn't want me up there. Only the chief, Kingi Toda, signed the documents, and Herewini Kraka and Manahi, those three chiefs, one Apotoro, Manahi, Mohini. That name, Mohini, is a real Moriori name, just an old name. So got it on the documents. He's a JP, Justice of the Peace. You need a Justice of the Peace in a native magistrate court. So there, he covers that. Everything is covered. All the dots, T's crossed, and with these documents, with the 12 seals around it that jam you up. And all those acts I read out last night to jam you all up. You got to come out with something better than that, or either jump in here or stay over there. If you stay over there, well, that's your demise and your loss on that side with Jacinda and Nanaia Mahuta and all those people, because you're sporting the same seal. of a queen and a Maori. They did it. They set it up. It's not your fault. It's those ones in Parliament that did that. They've changed the whole history on Google and Wikipedia and made sure to put Maori word way the hell back. You go to Britain, it's only native all the way through to 1949, 1950, after the war. That's when the Maoris came back from overseas, and then that's when they made the Maori Land Court out of the native land court. You see, so that splits you out. Maori on this side, Moai on this side, right? One or the other. The Moai and the king. That's up the front of this document that I put together online for you. That's our Bible. That's all we need to nail anybody that's playing around with our contract between here and that Navy Admiral of the Fleet, Michael Boyce. And I've taken his title as the Lord High Admiral. That's the same title as President Biden sticks his name as a Lord High Admiral, just the same as Prince Philip was a commander in chief. Nothing to do with the Navy, just bunk it on the document. So I go and book it on my documents, and I've got more right to do that with this flag. And its right purpose to go and clobber the whole lot of you with a dead instrument pound note on your head. So we're going to put a pound note right over that 20% goal and start writing it out. There, that's what I'm going to talk about. The next court hearing is that lost or stolen gold that they're dishing out when they haven't identified who is the beneficiaries of the trust. We are. I'm saying we are the beneficiaries of that trust in New Zealand here, and Andy Devine and them in Britain, all those British people and us. That's it. Nobody else. That's it. That's it. It was first started from 13 chiefs here and King George IV, that money trust. And then King William IV with another contract. And then Queen Victoria got her contract. Well, she's run away now, Queen Elizabeth, abandoned the throne just like the Catholic King James II, took off, left the whole crown business and abandoned the throne. Now the Queen Elizabeth did the same thing. They got a humbug fake Queen double in to take her place, to make it the illusion and the narrative fit her death. She's dead, gone. That's why they're in confusion in Westminster Parliament to make the whole lot of that side of the crown all up to hell. All the Maoris here, all up to hell. All the people in New Zealand blame the Maoris, and Maoris blame the Pākehā. It's all a blame game. And there, we just put a sock right in the middle of it to stop the whole lot this way. So there we are. That's what I wanted to just show you, that clip that I'm going to follow up with what he's saying to see if it's got any truth in it. I'm after the truth. That's all. And what he's talking about and calling my name. There. I was going to do something about it before, but I'll do it now because it's just come at the right time in the court hearing. So we can talk about it and make a ruling on that goal and stick the Moai pound note right over the top of it, the whole lot of it. I'll put a value on that gold, 20% of the gold, world's gold, and see how many tons anybody can tell me that is, right? But I'll find out anyway. I usually do everything myself. I can't rely on anybody. Not that I don't trust anybody. It's just that they don't go this deep into everything. I can't go and get somebody to help me do things. It has to be someone qualified to look after the shares, someone to look after. I've got somebody to look after the tidal turbine. I've got to delegate people to look after things. So someone just asked me if they got some security. Well, we're just using the sheriffs at the moment. But once the pound note comes out, and bang, we just paid the whole military in Britain and New Zealand here, and that's the end of it. They go and chase after all the missing gold, missing money, missing everything before they dish out the money that don't belong to them. It's all stolen stuff in the World Bank. It's all running our trust. So we take over all that business in the World Bank, where it's come out of Helensville, and put the lien right over the top of them. That's what we're going to do with this big pound notes. Okay, so that's all. I'm going to have a meeting now shortly with Blair, one of the jurors, and then we can take it further from there. So have a nice day today, and we'll see you later. Bye. Oh, no, the next court hearing is on the 27th of August, next Saturday, and it'll be about this 20% goal, just that on its own, and to identify who is the claimants. Is it all of New Zealand or just one man? I'm here for the whole world. That's where that call goes, the whole world, not just New Zealand, because the business has gone further than New Zealand and Britain. So there, it's interesting to see who's going to get it for who. And there, we'll find that out. We'll dig deeper next week. Okay, bye. In your screen will stop immediately and you will no longer be live. Okay. Save.